Okay, so I'm going to check out another trailer before I get back to work. And as I indicated in a video that I just recorded, which I don't know if that's going to go up chronologically, but anyway, I'll repeat a little bit. Well, I've been having some tech issues today. I reinstalled, I put Windows 10 on my computer, and it's just, you have to reconfigure everything, and it just takes forever to get things set back up again. So OBS, you know, the video might look a little different than it did before. I feel like it's not. I feel like it's kind of like smushed out. I don't know how it's really going to show up whenever I do the video editing. So, you know, hopefully the audio is sounding halfway okay. It's been super frustrating. It's put me behind on just about everything. So I'm going to check out another trailer. The first one that I watched earlier today was not very long. It was like only about 40 seconds. So this one's a little bit longer. It's the video size. The video length is about 2 minutes and 24 seconds. I'm sure it'll be less than that. But the title of this is called Mr. Jones. And it's got James Norton and Vanessa Kirby in it. Those names are not ringing a bell with me as far as what they look like. Looks like this movie is going to come out in 2020. I thought I saw somewhere where they mentioned that this was based on a true story. I don't know if I'm correct or not, but maybe it is. It looked to me like it was going to be some type of suspense type drama, sort of. I don't know, but it was just a guy. He looked like he was in a cold climate, and he had like wraps all over his face or something. But that was just my first impression, which is not always accurate. So let's check it out and see what it's about.
This is my report on the Soviet question.
What's your answer?
I don't have one. The Kremlin is broke. So how were the Soviets suddenly on a spending spree?
True events.
Paul, I need your help.
Arranging an interview with Stalin.
Garrett, I've been trying to reach you.
Go see Walter Duranty at the New York Times. Listen, I really need to talk to you. I found something big. You can break the story wide open.
Paul?
Mr. Jones.
Mr. Duranty.
So why are you really here?
I need your help.
Oh,
This
Peter
is Ada
Sarsgaard?
Brooks. She's my star. Paul's dead. It's a robbery 3 days ago.
Sure
What
it
do you
was.
want?
The story no one is talking about.
I saw him. 4 bullets in his back.
And you don't think it was a robbery? What was Paul working on?
Ukraine.
Remember, she was in Mission Impossible.
You know how rich this country is, how vast. South is nothing but wheat fields. Grain is Stalin's gold.
I guess the agenda now.
I don't have an agenda unless you call truth an agenda.
Okay, so that was
Who's
the rapping.
truth?
I saw in there.
What will you do when the others come forward?
What's being done here will transform mankind.
We can still do something. We cannot let Stalin get away with this.
What do you expect me to do exactly?
The Soviet Union is not the workers' paradise that was promised. It is not the great experiment
Never
that you
was,
read about
y'all.
in the press.
Never was. That's why I hate communism so much.
Stalin is not the man who you think he is.
Are you saying there's no hope?
Mr. Jones. So, okay. I thought I heard rumblings about this movie earlier this year or last year, but I don't remember what it was called, and I don't know. I might be wrong. Maybe it wasn't about this movie, but I thought that there was a movie coming out. Maybe it had a different title to it at the time that I was reading about it. This is not typically the type of film that I would like to watch, so I don't know that I will watch it. It will just make me angry. And I have a feeling this is going to end badly for the protagonist. I feel like I just want to research the true events and find out what was the story, because I am very hesitant to have this put such an amount of emotional investment into this story and just, you know, like the guy's going to get killed. He'll be silenced. The truth won't really come out. You know, that sort of thing. I just have a feeling that is going to be the way this turns out. So that's not something I'm generally in the mood to watch. And you feel so helpless when you watch things like this because you know there's nothing that you can do. As I've indicated before, in certain films, you know there's nothing you can do. It's not very entertaining. I mean, you don't always watch movies for entertainment, but for me, that's typically my goal. I want to be entertained. I don't want to be pissed off. And watching something like this will piss me off because I have such disdain for the communist ideology. And yeah, I don't want to get into too much of that political stuff, but I really despise it, you guys. I cannot stand it. There is no, just no. And so watching this will just anger me. Because we already know the history, you know. Stalin got away with a lot of stuff forever. And he was worse than Hitler as far as body count under his watch, you guys. The only one ahead of Stalin was Mao. Both of them were communists. And Hitler was underneath that. I mean, they were all awful. All three were terrible. The ideologies of all of them was just fundamentally evil. And so I can feel my blood pressure going up just talking about this. It's just aggravating. But I'm curious to find out what happens. So probably what I will do is just read the movie spoiler about it, just to find out what was this based on, and just see what it was. I don't even know if my son likes history stuff, but I don't even know that. But like I've said before, he likes more history stuff that revolves around action type things. So like war history, drama, action, sort of thriller stuff. That's what he likes. I don't know that he would be interested to watch this either. He would be, but he's kind of like me that way, you know, just kind of, he's a little selective about that sort of thing. So I don't know, but I'm curious, just curious enough to look and find out what happens. So unfortunately, this would not be something that I would, definitely would not be something I would ever go to see on the big screen if I did watch it. And as of right now, which I might change my mind, but as of right now, I have no plans to check it out. So, yeah, so there's that. As far as the trailer goes, it was okay. It felt like it was a little bit on the long side. It was a little bit more than 2 minutes. It was about 2 minutes and 10 or 12 seconds. But even though it did, I could tell it was sort of trending more on the long-ish, you know, scale of the spectrum, or the longish side of the whatever. It was not anything that was wasn't anything that was agitating me, because the narrative that they were showing was kind of, you know, compelling and you're following along. And so that wasn't really that huge of a deal. But, you know, I don't know. I don't know if they really even could have trimmed anything to make it any better. It's just only that I recognize that it was one of the longer-ish trailers, but certainly not the longest that I've ever watched. So, yeah, okay. Well, I don't know that this was the best trailer to try to relieve some of my pent-up tension from today with. So I don't know if I'll just head straight back to work or try to find something a little bit more entertaining, but no, I got to get back to work. I've lost so much time already fighting with my computer. So, okay, I think that is it for now, you guys. Bye.